Welcome to Profit Insights, your gateway to understanding the latest in financial news and economic developments. I'm your host, Dusty, and today we're diving into the whirlwind of events shaping our economic landscape over the last couple of days. Let's start with an overview of the markets. The major U.S. stock indices are currently on an upward trend. The S&P 500 is showing a healthy gain, reflecting a 1.49% increase. Over at the Dow Jones, we're seeing similar positivity with a 1.36% rise, and the Nasdaq 100 is leading the charge with a 1.53% uptick. However, there's a bit of volatility among key players. While Microsoft and Alphabet are enjoying gains, Apple and Amazon are experiencing slight declines, reminding us that even giants can trip occasionally. Now, on to the focal point of today's economic chatter, the Federal Reserve. The Fed is taking a cautious stance as recent trade policies create a complex economic forecast. With President Trump's aggressive tariffs impacting consumer and business sentiment, we saw a slight GDP contraction last quarter. However, consumer spending and employment numbers are still holding strong. Fed Chair Jerome Powell is eyeing these dynamics carefully, hinting at the possibility of rate adjustments later in the year, depending on how labor and inflation numbers shape up. In the global arena, markets are adjusting to new developments. Oil prices have dropped over 2% following an announcement from OPEC+ about boosting production amidst uncertain demand. Meanwhile, President Trump's latest move, a 100% tariff on foreign-made films, adds another layer to the ongoing trade conversations. The currency markets are abuzz too, especially with the Taiwanese dollar making impressive gains, rekindling talks of possible revaluations in the region. Europe is in a transformative phase, with significant leadership changes and events unfolding. Germany is set to welcome Friedrich Merz as Chancellor, focusing on economic rejuvenation through coalition efforts. The Vatican is preparing for its own leadership transition with a conclave to elect a new pope. Meanwhile, tensions simmer as VE Day's 80th anniversary is overshadowed by ongoing unrest in Ukraine. In a surprising turn, a leaked United Nations document shows the U.S. actively working to dilute global reform efforts aimed at aiding developing countries. The Trump administration's stance raises eyebrows, especially concerning climate change and sustainable development goals. This aligns with the America First agenda, emphasizing private sector partnerships over broad international commitments. Closing out today's coverage, let's pivot to some investment reflections. The narrative in financial circles now stresses caution. With ongoing trade negotiations and potential legal challenges affecting the Fed's independence, the terrain seems unpredictable. Investors are watching key indicators closely, awaiting clarity from upcoming meetings of the Federal Reserve and the Bank of England. So, what can investors take away as we move forward through the noise? Diversification remains essential, especially when policy shifts could sway equities and commodities alike. Keeping an eye on global developments, such as trade relations and central bank policies, will help you navigate the ever-changing financial landscape. As always, thanks for joining me today on Profit Insights. When the dust settles, only the truth remains. Until next time, stay informed and invest wisely.